were paid. The Kane County Board has again refused to fill the District 2 vacancy following the death of Democrat Dale Berman in October. In a special session Tuesday, the board voted 10-6 against seating Matthew Dingledine, with 4 members abstaining. Chairwoman Corrine Pirog had recommended Dingledine after her first choice, Mary Berman, withdrew. Other applicants included Kimberly Young, Ellen Naki, and Martha Quetch-Davison. State law requires the seat to go to a member of the same party, but the board has yet to...
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. A snow advisory is in effect until midnight tonight for the listening area. Tonight, snow before 11 p.m., then a chance of snow and intermittent snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 15. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 21. Currently, it is 24 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from card holder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome in to another edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And what a happy Bears weekend it was. Got to go ahead and pound that bell because, I mean, if you've been living under a rock, I couldn't imagine that you wouldn't have known that the Chicago Bears are in first place in the NFC, which means, what does that mean? That comes with a bye. If the Chicago Bears actually hold on to this position and continue doing what it is they are doing. And as I've said, excuse me, I am Derrick Geyer. This is Big Top Sports, River Media Network. And joining me in studio today, it is the one, the only, Andrew Scheid. How in the hell are you doing today, Andrew?
Man, I'm doing really good. It is a Bears victory Monday, Bears first place Monday in both the NFC North and the NFC altogether. We have not been able to say that since 2006.
What? Wow, 2006, let's see, 2025, math, 19, oh my goodness, 19 years since the Bears have been in first place in the NFC, let alone the NFC North, let alone, wow, I'm trying to soak it in right now, and it's just absolutely freaking wow. It is amazing. It is awesome. And if you all out there want to take a look at my somewhat rusted face today here on the Tube of Views, go to and check out Andrew as well. Are you like still snow covered?
A little bit, but
that's
dried off a little.
Yeah, before coming into the studio today, unfortunately, and I'm sorry to say this, Andrew, like blasting you, but yeah, Andrew might have had like a little wipeout right in front of the studio, and well,
I got up right away.
Yeah, he took it. Well, I would say he took it better than an Aaron Rodgers hit that caused a little boo-boo on the bridge of his nose that caused a little blood to come out. But like a true professional, like an athlete, like the sports talk show host that he is, he dusted himself off and left a big pile of snow in the studio. But if you want to check out our lovely faces, go to youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Or if you want to be a part of this conversation, feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or be a part of the text line at 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. And yeah, well, if you're not already listening, well, why not? Well, I'm sure that you are, because you could hear my big booming voice out on these airwaves. But WRMN app, the TuneIn, the smart speaker, WRMN1410.com. And yeah, just join in on this conversation. And I was I had to, because it's been so long since the Bears have actually been in first place in the NFC.
Right.
And with there being two other teams that have the same record as the Chicago Bears,
yeah,
the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, I had to do a little homework because, well, I'm not used to all this Bears goody goodness.
Right.
And maybe you could tell me why the Bears are in first place as opposed to like the Los Angeles Rams and or the Seattle Seahawks.
You know what? And I had the same kind of head scratcher that you did. I'm like, okay, we're 9-3, but there's two other teams in the NFC that have the exact same record we do. So what puts us in first place? And to be honest, I looked at win percentage, and I don't think that's the answer. So
no, in fact, it is not. It is the fact that the Bears are not smurfing around in the NFC, and they have a better conference record currently than either the Los Angeles Rams, who lost yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And they have a better conference record than the Seattle Seahawks as well. So
okay.
The Bears have a 6-2 conference record. The Los Angeles Rams have a 4-3 conference record. And I have absolutely no idea what the Seattle Seahawks record in the division is. But that is currently the reason why the Bears are in first place. And Matt Stafford yesterday, well, thank you, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate it. It is Thanksgiving season, or it was. But, Thanksgiving weekend, I'm just going to roll it on to this, Monday Mayhem, Monday Thanksgiving, Monday, because there are a hell of a lot of Bears fans out there that are so incredibly excited to have the Bears in first place, obviously. Right. And with the 3 turnovers that Matt Stafford had yesterday, two interceptions, a sack, fumble. One of the interceptions was returned for 48 yards for a touchdown by cornerback Mike Jackson of the Panthers. Ooh. And then there was also the fact that the Panthers were perfect 3 for 3 on 4th downs yesterday, including 2, not 1, but 2 touchdowns that put them ahead in the game. One of them, Bryce Young threw, which was a 43-yard TD pass to McMillan on a 4th down play late in the game. So that is pretty much why. And, well, the defense struggled as well for the Rams.
Right.
So there was that little bit of info, and yeah. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Like I said, my grandmother came into town. We had a great Thanksgiving, kind of almost lunch, because the place we went did it in between halftime, so I ate in between the halftime of the Lions Green Bay game. So I ate more of a lunch than a dinner, but it was still really good. Fair.
And just out of curiosity, what was your take on the Packers and the Lions game? Which team did you want to win in that one?
See, it's hard. I wanted Detroit to win, just the sole fact of the Packers to lose.
Sure.
But it's always hard with those games when you have a division guy playing a division guy. It's like, okay, you want them both really to lose. You don't want them to take them, either one to take them a W.
Yeah.
Especially with how close our division is.
Yeah, and especially with the Green Bay, I'm not sure if I could say that on the air, so I'll refer to my inner voice right there on whether or not I could say that. The Green Bay Cheese Packers,
yeah,
or the Green Bay Woody Woodpeckers. So, but yeah, I kind of felt like the same way. But at the same time, I kind of wanted Detroit to win.
Right.
And obviously that didn't happen. But, and it'll be one hell of a game coming up on Sunday, which is the flex game. So for all of you out there that do not know, you can hear the Chicago Bears play the Green Bay Woodpeckers out there in Lambeau. And the game's supposed to kick off at 3:15. But you could hear the pregame here on WRMN 1410 AM at approximately 1-ish. And then listen to the game here on WRMN 1410 AM. And I got to say, with the start time being what it is, I think I might be going out to like either Marengo, at Trist to visit one Elliot the L Train Serrano because he's bartending out there.
Right.
We had one hell of a turnout, or it's not like we did anything, truth be told. But I went over and I saw the other morning show host, WRMN's very own morning host, Susie C., at Newman's Corner Pub out there in Hampshire. And my goodness, the place was absolutely packed. It was rowdy. It was fun. And this is coming off of a Thursday-ish kind of hangover.
Yeah.
And, well, you know what they say. The cure for a good hangover is?
Bears football. To me.
Or more libations.
Yeah.
You don't drink?
You
don't participate?
I'm a social drinker.
Fair enough. Yeah, I might have had one or two too many Moscow mules that I made for myself. So with myself being the bartender, I made them maybe just a little too strong. But that's all right.
Yeah, it's like if you ask my friends, if I'm out with my friends and we're drinking, oh, yeah, I'm having a great time.
Yeah. Absolutely. But, it was a lively crowd over there at Newman's Corner Pub. Bartending was Susie C. And actually, in back there helping her out was the L Train, man, he just can't get away from Susie C, I tell you. But, she kind of needed it because she would have been a chicken with her head cut off and running around doing the laps and all that fun stuff. But we will be talking about more Chicago Bears on the other side. I'm Derrick Geyer. This is Big Top Sports. You're listening to WRMN 1410 AM. Back in a bit.
Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
You know, we talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, you know, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley, right here on WRMN.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Joining me in studio, it is Andrew Scheid. And before we get going on our next segment, I think all of Chicagoland will appreciate this next little bit from the Chicago Bears shirtless winning head coach yesterday. Oh, hell yeah. And that was courtesy of the NFL Network. And I don't know about you, but hell, I'm in the mood to get me some hot hot diggity dogs.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I wonder how big that line's going to be tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be huge. So for those of you that do not know, Wiener Circle, the Wiener Circle down there in the city of Chicago on Clark Street, had said if Ben Johnson takes his shirt off during one of the post-game interviews or locker room or whatever it is, that they decided to do, well, Chicagoland would be getting more free hot dogs. And the day that Caleb Williams, or actually a couple days after the Caleb Williams threw those 4 touchdown passes, they did that, and they figured, hey, what the hell? If we could get more, publicity and everything, and, right. Well, it must work because I'm talking about it, we're talking about it.
So obviously it does work.
So it does work. And if you didn't know where you are at, this is currently Big Top Sports here on WRMN with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. That is Andrew Scheid. And I think, because, I came back with the good, better, best bit, right, that I think we're going to push back our weekly Monday segment to the next half hour, Andrew. Okay. Which is the by the numbers. Right. And this segment is where Andrew is going to ask me a bunch of questions that someone has written out, and by someone, I mean the Chicago Bears insider, and I forget his name. We'll get to that. We'll get to all the credit and everything on the other side. But we're gonna do that. What were some of the things that you took away from Friday's victory over the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, I think the biggest thing I took away is a lot of fans looked at, the run game was really good. I think the one thing I took away from Friday's game was the progression of the offensive line. Yeah. Because, it was there. Sustaining blocks. It was a really fine-tuned, that line was a really fine-tuned machine Friday. And that's why we got the running yards we did.
Yeah, and typically, there was that aspect of things. There was the play action that worked really well because, as you said, it set up that Cole Kmet touchdown catch. Then there was also, Jalen Hurts, who had only tossed 1 interception thus far in the whole entirety of the season. Bears picked him off. The Bears also got a fumble recovery. So 2 turnovers.
Push play. Yeah. Of all things against Philadelphia, on a tush-push play of all of them.
What? That was, that right there, which was absolutely freaking hilarious because, apparently no one can, defend against the tush push. So,
feels like ever since Jason Kelsey retired, that play has kind of gone out the window for him.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? It's just, but yeah, what else was there? What else was there? And the one, and I got to be nitpicky here because the one play that I was really, kind of irked about, and I didn't see this in person because I was still driving to Newman's, but what was the fact that they didn't go for a field goal inside the red zone. Instead, 4th down, whatever. And, people are talking to me like, well, that's been Ben Johnson's MO throughout the whole entire season. I understand. I get it. But yet, it's also one of my deals where you don't exactly know how this game is going to progress, especially it being in the very first quarter, one of the very first possessions of the game. But I guess I could overlook it just for the simple fact that, NFC leading Chicago Bears right now.
And I think there are some Bears fans, and I know a couple of them that are still hating on, Williams isn't playing as well as he should. And,
who cares?
And all that. We're winning games.
See, I mean, and that's the perfect thing because, I mean, Johnson dialed up everything, and this is evident right here with this highlight.
Approaching the 5-minute mark, 2nd down and 8. Williams rolling, throwing, open, making the grab, touchdown, Cole Kmet into the end zone.
They start cheating down. Now you create some one-on-one opportunities, whether it's a receiver or a tight end. Cole Kmet sneaks out, picked up late there by the defense, Cooper DeJean.
And you have 6 points on the board right there. That was courtesy of Amazon, I believe, or, well, I'm just going to go courtesy of the NFL Network because it is off the ChicagoBears.com website here, or actually courtesy of the Chicago Bears. So with that being said, that lends to what you were saying in the very beginning. The Bears were able to run the ball, and that came with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And the defenders were creeping up on the line, and now all of a sudden, hey, you know what? Let's hit them with the play action pass. And they did, and it worked to perfection.
Right.
So that was one of the things that I absolutely love about Ben Johnson's offense and their stick-to-itiveness, if you will. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Doctors are warning about a new flu variant known as subclade K spreading rapidly just as families gather for the holidays. The strain shows typical flu symptoms but spreads faster, raising risks for seniors and those with chronic conditions. Experts urge extra caution during the holiday get-togethers. New CDC data shows over 25,000 whooping cough cases nationwide this year, far above pre-pandemic levels. Several infant deaths have been reported, and some states are seeing their highest numbers in more than a decade. Health officials continue urging early treatment and up-to-date vaccinations. With the holiday season now in full swing, experts say real Christmas trees could be the best value this year. Growers report a strong supply and expect little to no price increases, while tariffs may push artificial tree costs up as much as 20%. Farmers say families across the country should have no trouble finding a fresh, affordable tree to take home this season. The DuPage County Board has voted to censure County Clerk Jean Kasmerick, citing her refusal to follow basic financial rules. The vote was 15-1, with Dawn Dessart opposing the censure. Board Chair Deb Conroy said the move was necessary to protect public trust, highlighting Kasmerick's alleged failure to follow county accounting principles, missing documentation on purchases, and delayed vendor payments. Kasmerick has filed a countersuit against the board and previously sought a temporary restraining order for overdue vendor payments, which she later withdrew after the funds were paid. The Kane County Board has again refused to fill the District 2 vacancy following the death of Democrat Dale Berman in October. In a special session Tuesday, the board voted 10-6 against seating Matthew Dingledine, with 4 members abstaining. Chairwoman Corinne Pirog had recommended Dingledine after her first choice, Mary Berman, withdrew. Other applicants included Kimberly Young, Ellen Notke, and Martha Quetch-Davison. State law requires the seat to go to a member of the same party, but the board has yet to make an appointment, leaving the seat unfilled ahead of the 2026 election cycle. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com. And you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, snow before 11 p.m., then a chance of snow and intermittent snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 15. Looking ahead to Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 21. Temperatures falling to around 19 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 25 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wines and beers all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Price so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And in studio, it is Andrew Scheid as well.
What's going on, everybody?
And before we get going on our By the Numbers bit that we usually do here on Mondays, Mayhem Mondays, just want to let everyone know out there that with the storm front, with all the snow that came through the area and apparently down south as well in Normal, they were able to play the Illinois High School State football state finals on Friday, so Class 1A to Class 4A. However, they weren't able to play it on that Saturday, so games had been rescheduled for tomorrow at 3 p.m. for 5A and 6 p.m. for 6A. So 5A, that's St. Francis versus Providence Catholic, and the 6A, it is Fenwick versus East St. Louis. Then 7 and 8A will be the following days at the exact same time. So at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, December 3rd, it is going to be St. Rita versus Brother Rice. And then for the 8A game, it is going to be starting at 6 p.m., it is going to be Mount Carmel versus Oswego. And yeah, so a little kerfuffle there. Man, I could only imagine. Kind of sucks if you were a parent and the teams and everything going down there and having to wait a couple extra days for that. So games have been rescheduled for both tomorrow and Wednesday. Go to the ihsa.org and pull it up there. And for tomorrow morning, it is going to be Blues Day Tuesday with the WRMN Morning Show. Go to the WRMN page on Facebook. Check out Susie C's question of the day. All right, without further ado, we are going in by the numbers with the Chicago Bears in an article written by senior writer for the Chicago Bears. You can find him, Larry Mayer, chicagobears.com/news/by the numbers. Bears Black Friday win over Eagles. And this is a segment where Andrew's going to be asking me a bunch of numbers, and I got to come up with some sort of answer. Take it away, Andrew.
All right, Derek. By the numbers, here we go. This first one might get you 1.
1?
Yep.
The number 1?
Yep.
What is the number of interceptions that Caleb Williams threw?
That would be incorrect, sir.
Okay, I don't know.
1 games in Bears history in which 2 players both rushed for at least 125 yards. The feat was accomplished for the first time Friday with rookie Kyle Monangai running for 130 and veteran DeAndre Swift gaining at least 125.
Oh, snap right there. And that's an Eagles defense that really was hard on the run.
Right.
Awesome. What do we got next?
40.
40. What is the number of ounces in one of those great big beers that I might, consider doing the 40 hands challenge?
Nope.
Damn it. Well?
40 years since the Bears have had 2 rushers with at least 100 yards in a game. Before Friday, it last happened on November 10th, 1985, when Walter Payton and Matt Suhey rushed for 107 and 102 yards, respectively, in a 24-3 win over the Lions.
All right. Next one.
15.
The number of points. No. I know this one because it keeps on popping it up. The number of interceptions that Kevin Byard III has since coming into the league.
Incorrect.
Oh, damn. Okay, well.
15 years since the Bears last won at least 9 of their first 12 games. The 2010 team opened 9-3, just like their 2025 counterparts, en route to winning the NFC North title with an 11-5 record and advancing to the NFC Championship game.
Ooh, that sounds very nice. What's the next number?
This one might knock you over with a feather. 3.
Let's see. The number of times that I went up for seconds, or in this case, thirds. No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is what happened, but what is the number 3?
3. Bears head coaches who have won at least 9 of their first 12 games at the helm. Ben Johnson on Friday joined Pro Football Hall of Famers George Halas, who did it in 1920, and Patty Driscoll, who did it in 1956.
Wow, that is a long time in coming. Okay, what's next?
Let's look here. 6.
6. Why was 6 afraid of 7?
I'm afraid that's not right, dude.
Yeah.
6 consecutive starts that quarterback Caleb Williams has won against NFC opponents after beginning his career 3-11 versus NFC teams.
Okay, I'll take that, which is given the Bears their first place NFC lead currently. And what do we got?
This next one's a little weird. 26-17.
26-17. So usually when they do like any of these numbers like this, it usually has to do with like takeaways. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to keep that trend. So it's, I think, like the number of takeaways that the Bears have gotten this year as opposed to giving the ball away.
You're on the right track. It is 26-17. Takeaways and interceptions, respectively, generated by the Bears defense this year, the most in the NFL in both categories.
Nice.
The unit
hey, you leave. Never mind. Go on.
Produced 2 takeaways Friday against an Eagles team that entered the game having committed an NFL low 6 turnovers this season. Kevin Byard III intercepted a Jalen Hurts pass, and Deshaun Wright forced and recovered a Jalen Hurts fumble on a tush-push play, which we were talking about earlier.
Yep. Okay, what's next?
6 again.
6. Okay, is this the number of Byard interceptions?
Ding, 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 ding. You would be correct, sir.
Oh, nice. Okay, 6. Interceptions by Byard this season, the most in the NFL. Oh, he's heading to the Pro Bowl thing.
His pick Friday increased his career total to 35, the most by any player since he entered the league in 2016 with the Titans.
Okay, what's up next?
8.
8. I ate way too much turkey this season, which was probably to my detriment because I did not get any leftovers.
Well, I think that's everyone's detriment on Thanksgiving. I think
but usually there's
turkey.
Yeah, but usually there's a lot of leftovers, and this time around there was no to-go bag, and I was very disappointed with that. So, and I know that's not.
That means the food was good, though.
Oh, the food was great, and I really ate a lot, but that's not the number 8 that you're looking for.
Right. It's 8 takeaways by Wright this year. The most in the NFL. His fumble recovery Friday was his league-leading 3rd of the season. And he is tied for 2nd with 5 interceptions.
Yeah, he's really come on this year. Deshaun Wright, man, can't say enough about him. Can't say enough about Byard III. And really, CJ
Gardner-Johnson.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's been a very pleasant surprise. That is for damn sure. What's next?
2. You actually touched on this a little earlier.
The number of turnovers the Bears caused.
You're on the right track, but no.
The number of turnovers that the Philadelphia Eagles had this year.
Close. It's number of interceptions that Hurts has thrown this year. The Eagles quarterback enters Friday's game with a 17-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which, for those of you who don't know, is a really, really good ratio when you're talking touchdown to interceptions right there.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
That tops the NFL. Hurts' only interception before Byard's pick came October 9th in a 34-17 loss to the Giants.
Okay. What's up next?
4.
The number of times the Bears scored in the red zone.
That would be incorrect.
The number of total penalties that the Bears had in that game on Friday.
I think that's correct, but not for this question.
Oh, okay. Well, go on.
All right. 4. Bears wins against the NFC East this season. The first time they've swept the Commanders, Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants since the NFL reassigned to realigned to 8 4-team divisions in 2002.
Okay.
Playing the NFC East every third year since then, the Bears have posted records of 1-3 in 2004. In 2007, they were 2-2. 2010 and 13, they were 0-4. 16 3-1, 19 0-4 in
3-1 in 2019 and 0-4 in 2022.
Yep.
So, and then I missed out on the perfect opportunity to do the 4 Horsemen thing with Ric Flair. Okay, next.
5
consecutive victories for the Chicago Bears.
You would be correct, Amundo.
Well,
that is the first time they've won 5 straight since 2018. That is the year I graduated high school.
Okay, Andrew, you're making me a little, yeah. Okay, to round this out, we've got 84 yards rushing by the Bears in the first quarter on Friday. Just the first quarter by itself. The most in any period this season and tied for the second most in the first quarter by an NFL team this year. The Bears really held time of possession with 39 minutes and 18 seconds on Friday's game, their highest this season, and their 85 offensive plays were the second most by any NFL team this year and the most in a non-overtime game. Holy Smurf. That is a lot. Take to 5.
Oh, God. 5 road wins for the Bears this year. The most since they've won 5 in 2020. They won away games against 2 teams that met last year's NFC Championship games, the Eagles and Commanders, as well versus the Raiders, Bengals, and Vikings. The Bears' 5 road wins are tied for the second most in the NFL entering Sunday's games, with the Seahawks and 49ers behind the Patriots, 6.
Wow. And there are a lot of numbers to get through still.
Yes.
So we are just going to send this to break, and we will continue on the other side. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer and Andrew Scheid. Back in a few.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When tragedy strikes, you need more than a lawyer, you need a voice. Romanucci and Blandon fight for justice in cases of personal injury, wrongful death, civil rights, and medical malpractice. With over $1 billion recovered, their results speak loud. Call 312-458-1000 or visit rblaw.net. That's 312-458-1000. Romanucci and Blandon, national impact, personalized care. No fee unless they win. Proud supporter of America's First Responders Fest.
Systems run everything. Government, economy, media, justice. They shape your choices, your opportunities, your future. But do they work for you or against you? On Apolitical Talk Show, we break them down. Not to destroy, but to understand. Because if you don't see how the system works, you won't see when it's being manipulated or who's benefiting from it. Power belongs to those who know the rules, challenge the loopholes, and demand accountability. That starts with knowledge. That starts here. Join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines so you can decide for yourself what's fair, what's broken, and what needs to change. Apolitical Talk Show, breaking down the systems to build them up together. Right here, weekdays, 4 to 6 on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Mike's fine. And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. That's Andrew Scheid. And we're just going to go real rapid fire on the ChicagoBears.com /news/ by the numbers, written by, got to get it back up there, Larry Mayer. And there are just so many by the numbers this week that we're just going to, take care of it. Go there, check it out. I'm always, happy with this. And why don't you take that first one coming back, Andrew?
All right. 313, number of points the Bears have scored this season, topping the 310 they produced all of last year, still with 5 games remaining in the season.
Okay, that right there is just a bunch. I am as happy as a pig in SMURF right there. 313 points produced by this Bears team. And it's not just Caleb. Right. It's not just the defense, and it's not just special teams. It is all 3 phases, and there's 5 games remaining.
Which begs the question that I have to ask you. What do you think they could end the season with a total of?
Well, if they keep on doing what it is that they've done over the course of the last 2 weeks, whether it be against the Pittsburgh Steelers and or the Philadelphia Eagles, and they keep on getting these 20, 30-point games, right? Then, maybe in the neighborhood of maybe 450, maybe 500, if I'm being really optimistic. But with that being said, I mean, you still have the Packers twice. You have the Lions. You have I believe the Browns and 49ers. So those are the 5 games remaining.
In the 5 games, we have 3 division matchups.
Right. And we have a get-even game against the Lions in the very last game of the season, which hopefully doesn't mean SMURF. But, okay, 15 and 14. What are the points and first downs, respectively, allowed by the Bears defense Friday? Their fewest in both categories this season. And talking about the Bears defense and these numbers right here, I would have never, ever imagined that they were able to keep the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl defending champions, to only 15 points and 14 first downs. What you got?
8-0, which is the Bears' record when generating multiple takeaways this year. The defense has forced 25 turnovers in 9 wins and 1 in 3 losses.
Yeah, so this is one of those big things, and this, I quite honestly believe that this is part of the Bears' defensive DNA. If they are not sniping the ball, if they are not forcing turnovers, then quite simply, they don't have enough of possessions to pull out the victory.
And I think that's one of their big things is we don't care if a guy gets 3 yards on us, try and get the ball away from him. Yeah. I think that's Dennis Allen's big thing this year is takeaways and turnovers.
Absolutely. And got to make this quick. 21 career touchdowns, receptions by Cole Kmet, the second most in Bears history by a tight end behind Hall of Famer Doug Coach. Go.
6 points scored by Cairo Santos Friday and a 30-yard field goal and 3 extra points, entering him to pass Bob Thomas 629 for 4th place on Bears all-time scoring list with 632. Santos trails only Robbie Gould and Kevin Butler, with both have over 1,000 points. It'll take him a while to catch those.
Yeah, and number 4, Bears games that have been played on Fridays. Next.
153.8 average rushing yards per Bears game this season, tops in the NFL heading into Sunday's game. Friday's total of 281 was the second most this year, behind a 283-yard with a 47-42 win over the Bengals in Cincinnati. Last one, Derek.
And number 5, the number of Bears victories in the month of November. It is the first time they've done that since 19 1959 when they defeated the Rams, Packers, 49ers, Lions, and Chicago Cardinals. I mean, right now it is pretty damn good to be a Chicago Bears fan, and I don't care what the pundits out there are saying about this. They are in first place in the NFC. I think that, well, I think we'll talk about a little bit more of this since this is a Bears Victory Monday here on Monday Mayhem on Big Top Sports with both Andrew Scheid and myself, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain-X. The DuPage County Board has voted to censure County Clerk Jean Kasmerick, citing her refusal to follow basic financial rules. The vote was 15-1, with Dawn Dessart opposing the censure. Board Chair Deb Conroy said the move was necessary to protect public trust, highlighting Kasmerick's alleged failure to follow county accounting principles, missing documentation on purchases, and delayed vendor payments. Kasmerick has filed a countersuit against the board and previously sought a temporary restraining order for overdue vendor payments, which she later withdrew after the funds were paid. The Kane County Board has again refused to fill the District 2 vacancy following the death of Democrat Dale Berman in October. In a special session Tuesday, the board voted 10-6 against seating Matthew Dingledine, with 4 members abstaining. Chairwoman Corrine Pirog had recommended Dingledine after her first choice, Mary Berman, withdrew. Other applicants included Kimberly Young, Ellen Naki, and Martha Quetch-Davison. State law requires the seat to go to a member of the same party, but the board has yet to make an appointment, leaving the seat unfilled ahead of the 2026 election cycle. Doctors are warning about a new flu variant known as subclade K spreading rapidly just as families gather for the holidays. The strain shows typical flu symptoms but spreads faster, raising risks for seniors and those with chronic conditions. Experts urge extra caution during the holiday get-togethers. New CDC data shows over 25,000 whooping cough cases nationwide this year, far above pre-pandemic levels. Several infant deaths have been reported, and some states are seeing their highest numbers in more than a decade. Health officials continue urging early treatment and up-to-date vaccinations. With the holiday season now in full swing, experts say real Christmas trees could be the best value this year. Growers report a strong supply and expect little to no price increases, while tariffs may push artificial tree costs up as much as 20%. Farmers say families across the country should have no trouble finding a fresh, affordable tree to take home this season. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. The Kane County Board has again refused to fill the District 2 vacancy following the death of Democrat Dale Berman in October. In a special session Tuesday, the board voted 10-6 against seating Matthew Dingledine, with 4 members abstaining. Chairwoman Corrine Pirog had recommended Dingledine after her first choice, Mary Berman, withdrew. Other applicants included Kimberly Young, Ellie Notke, and Martha Quetch-Davison. State law requires the seat to go to a member of the same party, but the board has yet to make an appointment, leaving the seat unfilled ahead of the 2026 election cycle. Doctors are warning about a new flu variant known as subclade K spreading rapidly just as families gather for the holidays. The strain shows typical flu symptoms but spreads faster, raising risks for seniors and those with chronic conditions. Experts urge extra caution during the holiday get-togethers. New CDC data shows over 25,000 whooping cough cases nationwide this year, far above pre-pandemic levels. Several infant deaths have been reported, and some states are seeing their highest numbers in more.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, snow before 11 p.m., then a chance of snow and intermittent snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 15. Looking ahead to Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 21. Temperatures falling to around 19 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 25 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wines and beers all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Price so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
All right, and welcome back into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer on WRMN Radio. And joining me in the studio right now, it is Andrew Schad.
What's going on, Derrick? Always happy to be with you here on Mondays.
Well, and it is good to have you in as well. And don't forget, we also have the WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. and the Elliot, the L Train Serrano, hosting every Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. And don't forget, go to Facebook's WRMN page and check out what Susie C's question of the day is for Tuesday, December 12th. And I'll give you a little preview of it right now. It is, what song should not be played at weddings? And with that being said, I do believe we have a caller on the line. We got a caller on the line. And hello, caller. What's your name? What you calling about?
What's going on?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Right there. It is the one, the only Mr. Marcus Matt.
Yes, and thank you for that, my friend.
From the Truth About Chicago Sports.
Chicago Sports. Yes, sir. Well, we kick it off on the Fox Valley Sports Field every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Me and Cal Long bring you nothing but the truth. Brother, what do you guys think, man? You and Andrew have got to be feeling as excited as me. The Bears are number one in the NFC conference.
Yeah,
wow.
I did not think the weekend could potentially get any better. And I mean, we did get like a whole helping of snow. But with that being said, on the football side of things, did I think that the Bears were going to end up being in the driver's seat in the NFC? Hell no.
And I love this. I love calling in every week, talking with you, talking with Andrew, because we've been there from the beginning. When the Bears season opened up, we've been there for this season.
Yeah.
Went to the draft.
That is true.
We sat right there. We questioned everything just like all of the Bear fans. We're not going to sit here and pretend like we didn't say what we said and thought what we thought. And we had questions about Ryan Poles. We had questions about what was going on, what direction this was all headed. And then now we sit here, number one in the NFC, and we see exactly where it's headed. And let's give some awards out. Now, these are 3-quarter awards. This is not a full season award. But we have to give shouts out to what's right.
You mean Nashon right?
Lord Nashon right, big time. But how about the fact that the...
Wait. Hold on a second, Marcus.
3rd and 1. Here we go again. Here's the chance. The tush push. Did he get it? I got to tell you something. We talked to Hurts about this the other day.
Recovered by the defense. First down, Chicago.
Let's see it real quick out. If you can see the ball come out. There's Wright going for the football right there. He did. He got it out. It's still free. Now it's a battle at the bottom, and his leverage there, he freed it away, got it away from Jalen Hurts.
And that was courtesy of the ChicagoBears.com.
Oh, I love that, man. I love that. And, here's the thing that I love more about is that it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Ryan Poles corrected his mistakes. You think about his early mistakes. He made a trade for Les Claypool. He corrected that mistake. He got rid of that mistake, and now he replaced that mistake with the draft pick of Roma Doomsday. He had a mistake in signing Nate Davis. He replaced that mistake, and that mistake has now been replaced with Jonah Jackson. Braxton Jones was drafted as a desperate pick, was not the right pick. That pick has been replaced. Everything, if it was a mistake, has been corrected. And then let's talk about what has been done correct. The signing of Geyer, the drafting of Caleb Williams, the drafting of Cal Monangai in the 7th round, Ozzie Tripoli in the 2nd round, Luther Burden in the 2nd round, Colston Loveland in the 1st round. We questioned these picks. We're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we did.
What he was doing was giving the mad scientist, Ben Johnson, the tools that he needed to complete a masterpiece. And, we heard all this talk about too many mouths to be fed. What it is that the Bears have created such a dynamic offense, you can't key in on one player.
Yep.
That makes you very dangerous. The defense still needs work. Obviously, they still need to get another pass rusher opposite Montez Sweat. But you know what? We knew this wasn't a finished product going in. What we didn't know was that this team was going to be already competing to be one of the best in the NFC. Are they Super Bowl ready, Derrick? Andrew, are they?
Well, before we answer that question, you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with Derrick Geyer, Andrew Scheid, and joining us on the line from The Truth About Chicago Sports, it is Marcus Mack. Go ahead, Andrew.
And I've been thinking about this, Marcus, for basically since Friday and the Bears went against the Eagles. And I think for those that were there and those that know their Bears history, before we won everything in 85 in the 83-84 season.
Were you even born then?
No, I wasn't, but I have.
It doesn't matter. Let them talk.
Yeah. For those that remember, the 83-84 season, we made it all the way to the NFC Championship game and then lost. So I keep thinking a little bit, is this going to be a repeat of that, where we kind of make it so far into the playoffs this year and then lose and then say, okay, we're going to come back in 26 or 27 and then just win everything?
You have to get a taste. You have to get a taste of it because the playoffs is a different animal. And yeah, the Bears have some experience, but
this group doesn't have experience. Let's put it that way. A couple guys might, but not this team as a collective.
Yeah. No, and here's the one thing that I do love about it is that I think that the left tackle position has been answered. Ozzie has stepped in as a rookie, 2 games. Not only we got a 2-game sample size, but the coaching. And now it took time. They let Ozzie develop, get his feet wet, learn the position properly. They didn't rush him out there.
Right.
But I think Ozzie is answering our question of left tackle, which means the only position that really needs to be answered in free agency or via the draft is another edge rusher. Once you get to that position, then I think, yes, now the Bears will be Super Bowl ready. When the Bears get in the playoffs, the one thing I know about the playoffs is this. They expose your true weaknesses. They really do.
This is true.
We know that the Bears' defensive line is still a big weakness. The offensive line, which is what we were worried about as well, has turned into a tremendous strength, which is why the Bears are on the cusp of being a number 1 seed in the NFC. But could the Bears beat the Rams in a playoff game? Should the Bears beat the Rams in a playoff game? Could the Bears, if they had to run it back against the Eagles in a playoff game, will we have the same result? See, this is the things I question. 49ers in the playoffs, who they're going to face this season, but the playoffs is a different beast.
Right.
It's a different animal. And these teams all have experience, something the Bears don't. Caleb is just learning to win. Do we expect Caleb to lead this team deep all the way to the Super Bowl? I don't expect that. I wouldn't dare put that on him. He's still learning this offense. He's still learning how to be a winner. So if the Bears ended up in the Super Bowl, that's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's not. But I think Bears fans should just be happy that the Bears are finally playing a good season and we have a winning season. Don't expect a Super Bowl win this year because, honestly, are we all going to be jumping and breaking through ceilings if it does happen? Obviously, yes. But we shouldn't go into it thinking 100% we're going to come out of this with the Lombardi Trophy.
Exactly. Let's enjoy the ride.
And to your point,
let's enjoy the ride.
And to your point, Marcus, for the simple fact that they went out, they got key free agents, and they now have what assumes to be their left tackle going forward in Trapillo. And the fact that they gave up 2 sacks against the Eagles on Friday, but on the season, they've given up about 27 sacks. And the number stuck in my head from last year was the 68 sacks that the Bears gave up with that Swiss cheese, turnstile, whatever you want to call it, offensive line, where more times than not, their offensive line was either getting blown by or on the ground. I mean, you remember that picture where
just not sustaining blocks whatsoever.
You remember that picture where it was them, 3 offensive linemen on their ass and
on their backside.
The defensive linemen just like blown by the other 2. So
they replaced 4. They replaced 4 offensive linemen. And that, to me, shows that, 1, you got depth in your front office. 2, coaching, because to bring 4 new offensive linemen into the fold and the way they worked it in was so slick. Think about it. They knew that Theo and Ozzie was not ready to start the season. So they let Braxton Jones go. Even though they knew Braxton Jones was not the long-term solution, they had to buy time. That's coaching. Front office giving you the players that you need, but the coaching realizing that these said players need time.
Well,
they were able to buy that time, and now look at it.
And that's the other thing that, I'm going to go back to, from this conversation that you're having with me, Derrick Geyer, on Big Top Sports here on WRMN, and Andrew Scheid, and joining us on the line, it is Marcus Mack from The Truth About Chicago Sports. And you had rattled off all of the players that the Chicago Bears had drafted so far in this year. And, I mean, geez Louise, the fact that now we're finally being able to see Ben's vision, if you will, and make no mistake about it, it is Ben's vision. Not only is it Ben's visions, but it is also the coaching staff, like you said, where it's Dennis Allen on the defensive side of the ball, who essentially has cobbled together that secondary and the linebacking core over the last couple of weeks. And all I got to say is, and then you're actually talking about plug and play players. Then you're also talking about putting together the defensive schemes, which still confounds the offensive, presence, for the quarterbacks, whether it be, Rudolph or Hurts yesterday, and the fact that they're still making it work. Because, my goodness, I know I was thinking that, this defense doesn't stand a chance. And I am so happy to be absolutely wrong.
Right. I know I was scared going into this week. I mean, I think we even said it last week with all the injuries they took against the Pittsburgh Steelers at the linebacker position. We were saying they're going to have to pick Brian Urlacher, Mike Singletary, and Lance Briggs, out of retirement to fill the linebacker position. But, it worked out really okay on Friday.
Hey, Marcus, it's definitely coaching and it's definitely culture, which is something that's sorely been lacking over the past couple of seasons. That's for sure, with Eberflus, Eberflus, and whatever that sorry excuse for an offensive coordinator was last year with Shane Waldron. Can't even get his name right, but I don't even think he deserves to get his name right after that piss poor performance, really. But what was something that really struck out to you? I should say Friday's victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, Marcus?
What stuck out to me the most was what we've been missing, which the Bills championship team, and that is your front line being the bouncers in the club. They were throwing people out the club left and right. And make no mistake about it, the Eagles front line is nothing to laugh at. That front line is still deadly. That's still the same front line that came after and destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And the Bears front line was throwing them out the club. When you can get 200-yard rushers, something you haven't done since Walter Payton and Matt Suhey, that's because the big guys up front were throwing people out the club. And like I said, that's not easy to bring in 4 new offensive linemen. And they come in and they come together with Darnell Wright. And now you have a formidable wall that has given a young quarterback everything that he needs, and that's a formidable running game. The Bears are beginning. And so what has stood out to me more than anything is that they have put the wall now in front of their franchise quarterback, and we're about to see some special stuff.
Yeah, and with that being said, I kind of alluded it to, I believe in the first hour, we played the touchdown highlight to Cole Kmet, and that came with approximately 6.5 to 7 minutes left in the game, where this was the antithesis of play action passing, where they've been in that formation throughout the game. They run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Oh, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to roll them out, whether it be taking the first down in the flat or going down the field, and Caleb Williams going for the home run ball here, which I'm thankful that he did, because and then getting the ball to Cole Kmet, scoring on that. But this is exactly what Ben Johnson has been saying throughout the entire season. And this is what he came over with from the Detroit Lions. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play ass and pass, and we got their ass.
I got one more thing for you guys, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do the Bears have the best coach and quarterback combination ever, or at least since Dick and McMahon? And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I think Caleb is better than Jim McMahon could ever do. I think that this pairing is something special. What do you guys think?
I'll let you go first on that one, Derek, because you seem to have some thoughts and want to get them off your chest.
Okay. Now, despite me going, with the no button here, I think that this has the potential to be something really special, really dynamic, really freaking amazing, and dare I say, Patrick Mahomes worthy special.
Andy Reid and Mahomes. For
the simple fact that this is Caleb's third playbook in 4 seasons. This is the first. He is learning Ben Johnson's, ticks, playbook,
yeah, he's
whatever.
Basically, like we've been saying, has a second rookie season going on right now under a new head coach.
Well,
exactly.
Last year was a red shirt.
With that being said, we all can see the glimpses. And do I think that Caleb Williams has made the jump from the very beginning of the season? Oh, hell yeah. Without
very
a
much so.
doubt. But at the same time, it's like, I just want a little bit more consistency. But at the same time, how can I really complain? Well, I am behind a microphone and everything about what he is doing on this season. I can't. Is he living
up to his potential? Is he living up to the potential that he was drafted for? As a number 1 draft pick, we were promised the potential of someone that was going to be an elite quarterback in the NFL, and with his fourth quarter efficiency, with his basically...
fourth quarter, he's absolutely bonkers. Without a doubt, he is absolutely bonkers in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter quarterback, no doubt.
Let me...
But not just a fourth quarter. Let's talk about him as a quarterback, just as the team, like from him screaming out players in the locker room when they're celebrating victories, from him showing that he's willing to go out amongst the fans, when he comes to the podium and every time he walks away he says, the Bears. Is he not getting everything that we wanted? But with that,
okay, well, shut up and let me answer the question then. The thing that, so over the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been Caleb Williams' show. It's been the running game show.
And a defensive show.
Right. Yeah. And with that being said, there are nuances and throws that make you go, oh my God. And yet there are also plays, and for my money here, you need to get them rolled out a little bit more. Now, I think the defensive side of the ball, they are keying on that a little bit more because obviously this is 9-3, so it's the 13th week of the season. They have more and more tape on Williams and what Ben Johnson is doing. So with that being said, I think they need to tweak it a little bit more and get him out of the pocket a little bit more, because for my money, he has one hell of a time completing the easy passes under center. But with the rollouts, my goodness, that Cole Kmet dime that he threw, holy SMURF!
And what about the down to Loveland last week?
Right, right. And
what about the Daniel Sutherland?
One thing I think we talked about draft night, and we talked about how much Ben Johnson likes to use tight ends. The one thing I want to ask, and maybe get your guys' opinion, do you feel like they're not using Cole Kmet as much as they should? Because he's not getting as near as many targets as I thought he would going into this season.
Well, and the reason why is because they are actually using 13 personnel, 12 personnel, where they use the tight ends to, open up the run game, which sets up the play action pass, right? Which, obviously touchdown, Cole Kmet.
Right.
So with that being said, it's like, now I see the vision. Now I don't mind drafting Colston Loveland, where he was drafted. He is the number one tight end.
Right. Because I think we all were kind of scratching our heads that night on draft night.
Go back the couple games.
1 minute, Marcus.
When Kmet had a very bad game and he was actually targeted 12 times, he has been featuring offense. There has been times where he hasn't come through as well. So now we're starting to see it, I think, all come together a little bit more for everybody down the season. Thank you guys for letting me join, brothers. I appreciate it.
No problem
to have you.
No problem, Marcus. That was Marcus Mack of The Truth About Chicago Sports. You could hear him every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. And to kind of add to what Marcus was saying, this is a new role for Cole Kmet.
Right.
He is not the number one stud as far as, the number one tight end. He is out there blocking his ass off to facilitate the run. And we all already know that if you are blocking your ass off and facilitating the run and doing it, you are going to be getting your flowers per Ben Johnson and the coaching staff.
Right.
You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Back after the break.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Doctors are warning about a new flu variant known as subclade K spreading rapidly just as families gather for the holidays. The strain shows typical flu symptoms but spreads faster, raising risks for seniors and those with chronic conditions. Experts urge extra caution during the holiday get-togethers. New CDC data shows over 25,000 whooping cough cases nationwide this year, far above pre-pandemic levels. Several infant deaths have been reported, and some states are seeing their highest numbers in more than a decade. Health officials continue urging early treatment and up-to-date vaccinations. With the holiday season now in full swing, experts say real Christmas trees could be the best value this year. Growers report a strong supply and expect little to no price increases, while tariffs may push artificial tree costs up as much as 20%. Farmers say families across the country should have no trouble finding a fresh, affordable tree to take home this season. The DuPage County Board has voted to censure County Clerk Jean Kasmerick, citing her refusal to follow basic financial rules. The vote was 15-1, with Dawn Dessart opposing the censure. Board Chair Deb Conroy said the move was necessary to protect public trust, highlighting Kasmerick's alleged failure to follow county accounting principles, missing documentation on purchases, and delayed vendor payments. Kasmerick has filed a countersuit against the board and previously sought a temporary restraining order for overdue vendor payments, which she later withdrew after the funds were paid. The Kane County Board has again refused to fill the District 2 vacancy following the death of Democrat Dale Berman in October. In a special session Tuesday, the board voted 10-6 against seating Matthew Dingledine, with 4 members abstaining. Chairwoman Corrine Pirog had recommended Dingledine after her first choice, Mary Berman, withdrew. Other applicants included Kimberly Young, Ellen Notke, and Martha Quetch-Davison. State law requires the seat to go to a member of the same party, but the board has yet to make an appointment, leaving the seat unfilled ahead of the 2026 election cycle. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, snow before 11 p.m., then a chance of snow and intermittent snow showers. Cloudy with a low around 15. Gusty winds up to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Tuesday night, cloudy with a low around 17. Temperatures rising to around 22 overnight. Currently, it is 24 degrees and overcast. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on this Bears victory, NFC leading Monday Mayhem on WRMN 1410 AM. Joining me in studio, it is Andrew Scheid.
What is going on, Derrick, and all the loyal Chicago sports fans out there?
Oh, that was a lot to unpack with Marcus. I'm glad he called that, and man, I think I can say this. I think he's a lot more long-winded than I am.
Yeah, I think he is. I think it's both of us, but I think I love what he calls it because he helps us unpack a lot within half an hour.
He does definitely have a lot of good takes. So thank you for calling in, Marcus. I appreciate it. And once again, you could listen to Marcus Mack every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 on The Truth About Chicago Sports, followed by Fantasy Football Blitz with David Tees and John Payne from 9 to 10. And then, of course, it is On the Rise with Mike Napolitano and company, followed, from 10 to noon on Saturdays as well. So nice heaping helping of sports talk on Saturday mornings. That is for damn sure. And then don't forget about Susie C., Elliot the L Train Serrano on the WRMN morning show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Monday through Friday. And tomorrow it is going to be Tuesday Blues Day. And Susie C's question of the day, which is, what song should not be played at a wedding? So go to WRMN's Facebook page, post up on that, and, take it from there. And for my thing, I think, I'm not sure if I posted it or just texted, but my song that should not be played at a wedding, Say Something. Can't stand that song. I hate that song. And that song needs to rot in a very specific 20th ring of Hades. But with that being said, I'm not getting into that. That is their thing on the WRMN morning show with Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano. Oh, hey, Cleveland Dennis, thank you for checking in on the YouTube.com at WRMN Radio. And, we've got about another 20 minutes or so before we go off the air for this Monday Mayhem on Big Tap Sports. But if you want to call in and talk Bears, feel free. 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or text in at 505-926-1410. That is 505-926-1410. Now, with the way that the games have been trending for the Chicago Bears and the upside and the extreme pleasantness that it is, because I do believe that Ben Johnson has figured a couple of things out with the offense, with running the ball, with throwing the ball. And with that being said, I kind of crunched the numbers at the bottom of this past hour break, where Caleb Williams currently has 2,722 yards.
Right.
On passing this season. Now, if you break that down through the 12 games or so, or I'm sorry, actually, through the 12 games or so, he's averaging about 226.83 yards per game.
Okay.
So, not terrible, but it is not 4,000 yard passer quality at this particular moment in time. And I'm not exactly sure if he will hit that 4,000 yard mark this season. I do believe in the future he will be the very first Bears quarterback to hit over 4,000 yards in an NFL season.
Right. I do too, but I've always been the component, and I believe this for years. You don't need a 4,000 yard passer to win a Super Bowl, and I don't know why Bears fans are so uppity. Like, we don't have a 4,000 yard passer. Did we win an 85 without 4,000 yards?
Sure.
Yes. It can be done. I don't know why is everyone so up in arms about not having a 4,000 yard passer.
Well, simply put, because you had the likes of Walter Payton, Matsui, and that historic 85 Bears defense.
Right.
Where you did not need to, throw the ball down the field, even though in a couple of games, Jim McMahon, Willie Gault, that was a, tremendous, hookup and everything. I think Emery Moorhead was the tight end. I could be wrong, but with the likes of that stuff, and I have absolutely no problem with it as long as the Bears keep on winning.
Right.
And with that being said, who would have thought at this point in the season that DeAndre Swift would have had 774 rushing yards?
I wouldn't have. And I think, you just talked about Mike Napolitano's show. He's even predicted at the beginning of the year, he predicted like a 9-8 season for the Bears this year. I don't think anyone in Chicago thought this at all.
No. And, in full transparency, when we were doing the draft show and everything, and that was like way before the season even started.
Right.
I was like, well, 2 years in a row, I was predicting the Bears going to the playoffs. This was no exception for this year. for them going to the playoffs. But I've also been of, well, my head saying that the Bears are probably going to be 8-9 on the year. My heart is saying 10-7 playoffs. Yeah. Well, my heart is a little bit closer than my head. I don't want them to mesh because that means that, you know, it's either going to be 8-9 or 10-7. And really, the Bears only need one more victory out of these remaining 5. No, you know what? They need 2 more victories.
I would say to have an 11-win season going into the playoffs feels a lot better.
I really think they need 2 more wins. And with the game coming up against the Green Bay
warehouse
Woodpeckers, the Green Bay Woodpeckers on Sunday, this would be a nice step in the right direction. Not only that, but, I mean, you're talking about facing them in another 2 weeks after that in Soldier Field. So, and that is the more important game out of the 2.
And that's one thing, don't forget, Bears fans, is these next 3 weeks, we can gain a lot of ground in the division if we keep winning. But that's the crucial part there. You got to keep winning.
Yeah, and with everything being, everything, I mean, you're talking... So you got the Green Bay Woodpeckers. Right. Pick out what you will in that statement. Then you also have the Cleveland Browns coming to town on December 14th. You also have the Green Bay Woodpeckers, again, coming to town on the 20th. So in these next 3 games, this is when Ben Johnson, Chicago Bears need to continue doing what it is that they are doing. Now, at the very beginning of this, schedule, it was like, oh, SMURF. We got the Green Bay Woodpeckers coming to or facing off against the Bears twice in 3 weeks.
Right, which hasn't happened in a long time. I don't think I've seen that in a while.
Right. And looking at the schedule then, it was the gauntlet time. And, I mean, truth be told, hell, it's been the gauntlet time since probably after the New York Giants.
Right.
Or, really since the Bears took on the Baltimore Ravens, who were the last team to beat them.
I mean,
and I can't believe that I'm going all the way back 5 games to the last time that the Baltimore, that's 5 games.
Because it is now December 1st. They went the entire month of November without taking in a single loss.
Yeah. And that was something that we covered on By the Numbers, which is absolutely stupendous. But if you're actually looking at it, did you think, okay, so the Bears did lose against the Ravens, but they were facing off against the Bengals, the Joe Burrow-less Bengals.
Right.
Didn't exactly expect them to win that at the beginning of the season. Then there was the question about the Giants. I kind of thought that was, chalk it up as a victory.
Yeah.
I sure as hell didn't like how close that one was.
No.
Them barely beating them 24-20. Then the Bears, again, beating the Vikings, kind of figured that they would, do pretty well against them, even though they lost that first game of the season.
Right.
Can you imagine if they would have actually held on to that 17-point lead in the fourth quarter? I think where the Bears would be at right now, they would be 10-2.
They would have the same record as the Broncos and the. Granted, that's an AFC team, but still.
Yeah. But you're talking a 10-2 team as opposed to a 9-3 team,
right? And
you actually have 2 games at hand,
right? And you have a little more ground in the division,
right?
But still.
Now, forget that. Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, which we both know, Aaron Rodgers did not play. Mason Rudolph came in. Bears took care of business in that game again, which was another game that I thought for sure that the Bears would have lost.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I thought T.J. Watt would have been all over Caleb Williams the way he's been playing this year, and he did get 1 sack and forced fumble on him. But
yep. And then you're also talking another game against the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday. And I would have penciled that for another loss as well.
I mean, I would have too. And I even said to my dad, I said, am I going to be upset Friday if we walk away with an 8-4 record? No, I would not have been upset. Am I shocked that we won? Yes, because I thought that Philadelphia would put up way more of a fight than they did. And watching Jalen Hurts on the sidelines, I think he was kind of like, dude, what am I watching on the other side of this field? I didn't think he thought the Bears were this type of team.
Well, and that just goes to the coaching of Dennis Allen and the defense, for the Chicago Bears right now, where he is able to cobble things together with less than what he has been accustomed to thinking that he will actually have. I mean, where you had Jalen Johnson come back from injury.
Right.
He played a limited role. I mean, he did get dirty.
Yeah.
But he did play a limited role in ramping up for this Sunday's game against the Green Bay Woodpeckers.
Yeah. And I do want to ask you, how do you feel our chances are going into Sunday after the win Friday? How do you 100% feel as a broadcaster? We have to look at things. We are Chicago Bears fans, but we have to look at things kind of.
Oh, hell, I don't have to look at anything any way that I don't want to, look at it.
Fair.
But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm Derrick Geyer. He is Andrew Scheid. I will tackle Andrew's question on the other side of this break. Back in a bit.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
Welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Well, because I went ahead and I hit the break and all that fun stuff. Yeah, well, kind of came back a little bit earlier than expected. And yeah, but anyway, what was your question that you had asked before we went to that really truncated break?
How do you feel going into Sunday about the Bears' chances as a whole with how they played on Friday? Obviously, they have momentum going in, just beating the Super Bowl champions. How do you feel?
At this point of the season, I think this is nothing but a win for the Chicago Bears, for the city of Chicago, and the Bears fandom. Now, with that being said, I kind of liken it to the 2016 Chicago Cubs when they won the World Series, right?
Right.
And when, as a very fervent fan base of the Chicago Cubs, we were thinking that, okay, well, I want more.
Yeah.
Give me greed. Greed is good. And with that being said, I really thought that the Chicago Cubs would amass a little bit more than just one World Series from 2016 to now. Okay, fine. That didn't happen. Whatever.
Our camera's on before we start getting YouTube comments.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There we
Thank
go.
Yeah, and just do that point.
Right.
You don't have to bring out my ineptitude, Andrew. Man, I was doing so good up until that point. Hey, why don't you go back outside and fall on your... Oh, wait, never mind. You already did that. I don't want you to get hurt again, or actually hurt at all. But anyway,
first time, but okay.
Any hootie. Anyway, but with that being said, I kind of feel like the Chicago Bears are playing with house money. Did we think that right now the Chicago Bears are going to be 9-3 on top of the NFC North or on top of the NFC Conference? No.
I would have sent you to someplace to get checked by a doctor if you said that,
Hell,
months ago, like, is your brain okay, dude?
Yeah, I would have checked myself in because I thought I would have been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
Or any of the other, cereals that, Frosted Flakes or I don't even know. But I mean, yeah, hell no did I think that the Chicago Bears at this point in the season would be 9-3. Did I think that they would have had 2 winning streaks of 4 games plus?
Right.
No. Did I expect them to be, after, the gauntlet that I had just, said on the previous, segment here on Big Top Sports? No, absolutely not. And so with that being said, yes, playoffs. It's the bar is already set. Yes. But they need these remaining 5 games to actually, they need to at least win 2 out of the remaining 5 games to make the playoffs, in my guesstimation of it.
To at least get that wild card spot. We're not saying clinch a bye week and home seed in the playoffs, but to at least get there to give yourself a chance, you would need at least 2 more wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I've got, Mr. Jeff on YouTube.com at WRMN Radio trolling me, when he's saying that the Green Bay Woodpeckers are going to be beating the Chicago Bears 38-9 on Sunday. I don't think so, but
I don't think it's going to be that lopsided.
But, and then I've got Downtown Jose. Yes, Billy Donovan and the Bulls are a joke at this moment in time, under 500 on the season. But this Monday Mayhem has been talked all about the Chicago Bears. Marcus Mack from The Truth About Chicago Sports joined us earlier. I've got my man Andrew Scheid in here in the studio, not on the studio. He's sitting on the studio chair. I have good grammar. Yes, no, probably not. But, I mean, it's a win. It's a win.
What Bears fans, and I've had a lot of them tell me, oh, they need to be playing better. Williams is not playing like a number 1 overall draft pick. Who the hell cares? We are stacking wins, and that's what matters.
Andrew Scheid bringing the heat. No, but I mean, yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't matter. It really, truly doesn't matter. If he is doing the same, thing or things in seasons 3 and 4, when it's about time to renegotiate his, QB contract,
right?
Then it becomes, okay, so maybe Caleb isn't good enough. But on the flip side to that, and yes, there have been too many injuries, yet the Bears have been able to overcome them, which is what the texters are saying on the tube at WRMN Radio.
And to put my perspective on Sunday into the mix here, we always say this as Bears fans, but I believe it as a sports broadcaster altogether. Green Bay is getting a little too cocky going forward. Pretty soon, all these wins, they're going to start falling on their face.
What do you mean, getting too cocky?
I mean, they've always been that way.
Hold on, Andrew. What do you mean, getting cocky? At the very beginning of the season, when they got Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, and after the first 2 games of the season, they're chanting that they're going to go undefeated.
Right.
Getting too cocky?
You're right. I guess I should have worded that.
Damn.
They've always been cocky, but I think what drove it home for me was Love at his post-game interview on Thanksgiving, he's just being so stoic and like, yeah, that's what we need to do, man. Man, you're in second, third place in the NFC North. Why aren't you pumped up, man? Like, seriously?
See,
I mean,
and this
you're
is
acting like you've been there before, but there's 5 games left in the season. You're nowhere near have clinched a playoff berth. You shouldn't be acting that way.
Well, this, in my not so humblest of opinions, it's the fact that Jordan Love hasn't lived through a losing season so far with the Chicago Bears.
You're right there.
Now, with that being said, yeah, sure, the Bears beat him in that last game of last season and all that fun stuff. But you're also talking about, well, this is a new Bears team under a new Bears regime, if you will, and the coaching staff. He hasn't seen this before.
No, he hasn't. They haven't faced him yet this year.
Exactly. So it's going to be a very interesting time up there when the Bears take on the Green Bay Woodpeckers this Sunday.
I always like to say the Green Bay warehouse workers because they're Packers, but...
And I want to thank Mr. Marcus Mack for calling in. You could catch his show, The Truth About Chicago Sports, every Saturday morning. So, Marcus, appreciate that. Want to thank my guest in studio, Andrew Scheid. I am Derrick Geyer. And don't forget, you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. And don't forget about the WRMN morning show from 6 to 9 tomorrow morning. Later, y'all.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: skills first hiring helps you see talent